of free picks. Of course, we try to win them all. We try to win each and every one of them, but our best bets are the ones that we put in the premium area. We have 2 premiums now. We have our regular premium, which is our mainstream product, which is our best bets. And that's, where we go across the card and give out, the picks that we like the best. And it's, usually several picks by each handicapper. Some guys have a system where they can't give out more than 3 picks, even if there's 10,000 games, and they give out 3 picks if there's 8 games. Which never made any sense to me. To me, it's always just however many games fit my system. But everyone has their own system and their own way of doing it. Some ways work sometimes, some don't others. But like I said, we always try to win them all. And we also have our YouTube premium as well, which has been on fire, where you get 1 pick from each of our live show people. And then we have our second level of YouTube premium, where you get a 5 o'clock update show for late games. So a day like today, the early show will be all games that start before 5 p.m. Eastern. And then the late show will be all games that are after 5 p.m. Obviously, it's like, well, we could give out picks for the early games after they're over. I know some people that are really good at that. They're in our Facebook group. But anyways, there are also people that email me. And I think a lot of them live in Indiana. Anyways, we got our Saturday crew with us. We got special guest star Ron Romanelli here. Ron was late, so we're going to have to reformat everything, do it manually again. So let's see. Brian and Chris. So there we go. But all right, everyone is here. So here was my card of picks for today. These are the ones this is what I came up with. From this, I whittled it down to 7. I really liked today's college basketball. These were all college basketball. I still have 2 NBA videos I'm going to shoot after this show. But that was what I came up with, and I'll tell you, I had to carve it down. I have, of the 7 that I ended up with, I will say I have 1 that I probably would like to replace, like if I had an option to replace it. But I already bet it, so I like it enough. It's just, it's not a team that I've absolutely trusted a ton, but I could see a lot of scenarios where they cover this number. I could see a lot of scenarios, so I'm going to stick with it. And I had a chance to bail it out, and I didn't do it. But yeah, we got a lot going on. I think I know Ron's a little crushed about that Rice-Marshall game not being played today. It's just not going to happen. It's sad. Marshall, Rice, UTSA, Charlotte, La Tech, Middle Tennessee, East Tennessee State, Stanford, Arkansas, Texas A&M, North Alabama, Liberty, Morgan State, Delaware State, Bucknell, Lafayette. I haven't seen either of those teams play in months. ACU against Southeast Louisiana, Alabama A&M, Southern Alcorn State versus Alcorn, Alabama State Alcorn. Bellarmine versus North Florida, and Arkansas Pine Bluff, Texas Southern. Yeah, none of those beauties are going to make it to the court today. All of those games are postponed. We're getting late in the season. When are they going to postpone them to? I mean, is it going to be May Madness? I mean, I don't even know what's going to happen at this point. But we do have, I believe we have college football too, right? Starting? Is that today?
Mm-hmm. I believe it already started, but it's FCS college football.
Yeah, we're covering it at Sports Chat Place. We got it all covered, all those games. Maybe we'll start taking a look at that. But, yeah, I think Bittler's recovering from my Indiana Purdue Fort Wayne pick in the premium yesterday. We spent the first 45 minutes of today's show talking about just how sharp that pick was. Brian?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. If the guys don't want to spend the $30 for that premium video show, I always post those picks for sale. You can get all of our. I put them up for $40 for the pick. So if you don't want to spend $30 for the whole month, you can just get the day for $40.
So if you're like a premium buyer, right, and you're just buying premium picks on our site or any other site, right, and someone gives you that Purdue Fort Wayne pick, It's worth $100. It is, man. That's a pick that's worth $100 right there. It was like a no doubter for a 6-16 team. Those are the ones, right? Those are the ones.
I can't believe St. Louis didn't show
up against 16-5, 6-16, outrighted them. The Mastodons.
That was a good one.
It was the gem. One of my best. I would say of the live show picks that we've given so far since we started it, are the premium picks since we started. That's my best one I've given on there. I hit both my picks, but that was the best pick I've given on that show, for sure. It was razor sharp. It was one that was not on people's radar, and I think that's what the whole idea of it is.
Oh, what about South Alabama? That was pretty.
I had that. I mean, I was going to do that one. You took it from me, and that's how I ended up in Indiana.
I like the Jaguars in college football and in college basketball.
Yeah. Bunch of jag-offs. And the Titans. 32.
I think I originally had 60 plays written down today, and I whittled it down. So
I have to say that I've seen Brian's plays for today, his premium picks, and I'm on the same side, I think, of both college basketball.
I still have an NBA
rare
NHL.
Yeah, I still have 2 NBA videos I haven't done. That's how busy I've been. Got a lot going on at our house as well here. But anyways, looks like a lot of people have joined us. Be sure to smash that like button. If you have picks of your own, leave them in the comments. And let's do it. Got the early. Let's do NBA first, since whatever. So Jeter wanted to come on and do his NASCAR picks, and I said no. So that's what happened with that. We like Jeter. I like the NASCAR, but it's like, I don't know. It's a lot of stuff for one show. I think maybe we do a separate NASCAR video with Jeter is what we should be doing. Golden State, Charlotte, Lakers Heat rematch of the NBA Finals from last year. Memphis Grizzlies against Phoenix Suns, 2 teams I had in my premiums on Friday. Both of them cashed. Chicago Bulls and Sacramento Kings, and the Portland Trailblazers. Bitler hates that team. Up against the Washington Wizards. Brian, you hating the Trailblazers again today?
Yeah, I might add that as a premium, Washington. But as far as these free picks go, the Hornets jump right out to me. I think you're getting +2. Hornets have been off for a week, so a little bit worried about that rust factor. But the Warriors back-to-back, and they look like crap yesterday. So I'm going to take the Hornets plus the points. And I'm going to lean early towards the Wizards plus the points over the Blazers. It's just I'm not big on it. Maybe I'm just fading the Blazers because I don't like them. So small play. It's my degenerate gambling play right there.
It's like they're like 17-1 against the number in the last 18. It's like, thank you, Brian. We appreciate that. Chris, anything here in the NBA for you?
Yeah, I'm gonna take there's 2 games I was looking at. I like the Lakers laying the 3 against Miami. I think this team, Miami Heat team. Yeah, they beat Sacramento, but they're still 5-10 on the road this season. I think with the line being this low, if you back the Heat, you almost think that they win this game outright, and I just don't see it. I think the Lakers win this one by at least 5 or 6. So take the Lakers laying the 3, and I like the under 234 in Sacramento, Chicago. I know these 2 teams can score points in bunches, but this just doesn't feel like a game where it's like the first 110 wins this game. I don't think it hits 230. I think it stays around the 220 range. So give me the under in that one.
I'll speak for Bitler here. They're begging you to take the Lakers.
It looks like it, doesn't it?
Sure does.
They have a lot of injuries, though, don't they?
3 points? That game should be 9.5. It's like.
And if I get bid on this one, I'll take my lumps. But
you're gonna.
Fine.
Just give us your money now. Give us your money.
I know one guy that has the Lakers today besides Chris.
Yeah, we'll split it. We'll split it 4 ways over here. I think all 4 of us will take the other side of that one. It's kind of like Chris is giving out the Hawks in the premium yesterday. Me and Rodder are just like. It's like revenge spot. It's like, I mean, the Hawks did come back at the end of that game, they did come back and they did make a game of it. I mean, they were down by 27 at halftime, right? But they did come back and make a game of it. I mean, they never got to lead or within the number, but they did make a game of it.
That's because somebody made a call and said, "Hey, you're kicking them too bad.
No, I think
we're losing TV viewers."
The Celtics were all banged up. The Celtics were all banged up. They're just like, man, we got to rest all these guys. These guys, it's like they're gonna hurt themselves dunking the basketball so much. It's like that Atlanta defense. It's like, let's see if he can do a helicopter dunk. It's like they're taking side bets. That Trae Young is just a matador. He is. He can shoot like no one's business, but man, does he stink on the defensive end of the ball, side of the court. Man, he stinks. It's terrible, man. It looks like Arizona State. Anyways, I posted the YouTube Premium. I posted the YouTube Premium link in the description. But how about you, Ron? Anything here?
Yeah, I'm going to take a page out of Brian and Chris's book. I'm going to take the under in the Warriors-Hornets, and I'm also going to take the Hornets. I think the lack of a front court presence that the Warriors currently have without Wiseman and Looney is really hurting them in a big way. And I think the Hornets getting points. They've been a cover machine, 15-12 against the spread. I like getting points with the home dog here. I also like the under. I don't see this game being a shootout whatsoever. I also like the Kings laying the 2.5 against the Bulls. Just not really big on the Chicago team. They don't play too much defense. I am really big on De'Aaron Fox. I think he's very deserving of an all-star spot. Not sure if he's going to get there, but I just think he's very talented, and I think the Kings are very underrated. I think they have a shot at making a playoff berth if they can put together a few wins like these. So this is a must-win kind of game for this young team.
That was me. I was clicking on our YouTube channel so I could post the link in the comments. That's what that noise was. Rod, what do you like?
For me, in the first one, I like. I agree. Give me the under. The under in the Warriors and the Hornets. The under is 6-0 the last 6 meetings between these two. Give me the Heat over the Lakers. I'm going to take the Heat money line. I think they beat them outright. And I like the Grizzlies here. I think the Grizzlies step up and have a good game here against the Suns. Suns on a back-to-back. I think Grizzlies are on a back-to-back. I think both teams third game 4 nights. I'll take the Grizzlies here. I think they come out and are a gritty bunch. Shine against the Suns here.
Okay.
And I'm definitely going to go against the Wizards here today. Give me Portland. Love Portland today. Lay the points with Portland. They're going to beat up on the Wizards. No Wizards.
Heat and the Bulls for me. It's that simple. Anyways, go to college basketball. Couple games today. Let's see what we got. Go to the early games. Not a lot right at 12 noon, but there's a few games. Got Indiana, Michigan State, Miami, Georgia Tech, Tulane, UCF, and then we move to the 1 o'clock games. Villanova, UConn, Tennessee, Kentucky, Alabama, Vandy, among others. So we'll go up to the 1 o'clock games. Brian?
Yeah, I like a bunch of those games. I'll pick 2 out right off the top of my head. I like Michigan State plus all those points. Indiana, it's a solid basketball team, but I don't feel like they blow people out of the water. And I think the Spartans have enough to keep it within 3 or 4 points. And then I like the Kentucky Wildcats to keep it within 5 or 6 of Tennessee. Kentucky's let me down multiple times this season, and I've been off them. Now I'm going to go back on them on this one. I just think this is a big rivalry game. I think it can stay close.
I had Kentucky on my list here too, but they did make it. And I'm starting to see betting action here on Tennessee that is making me a little skittish on it. I didn't put it on my premium picks, but I did bet it. So I don't know. Might be we've seen the good and bad from Tennessee, and I think I have it at 7.5, and it's 8 now. But it's like if I could have it back and get that 8. I mean, obviously, I made a mistake on my ticket. You ever see that guy at the window? Like, doesn't happen.
Almost fell backwards. That would have been fun.
Play dumb. Anyways, Chris, talking about playing dumb. What do you got here? Did you bet those Detroit Titans yesterday?
Yeah, I in-gamed them. I didn't have them at first, but I in-gamed them afterwards. It got a little bit dicey there. But
blitz on every play. They're going to remember the night that they played the Titans.
They left the two that I like in this time slot were actually both almost premiums for me, but I just couldn't get there. I like UConn getting the 6.5 against Villanova. Just you see this UConn team, which is a different team, a more confident team with James Bouknight back in the lineup, and Villanova, they'll probably want to bounce back from that bad loss to Creighton, but I think UConn's going to come in and give them a game, so I'll take the 6.5 with UConn. And I really like Wofford giving up the 4.5 at Western Carolina. This Western Carolina team, I'm going to use a line from yesterday. They couldn't cover themselves with a bed sheet when they're going to bed. Forget about trying to cover 4.5 at home. This Wofford team is experienced. They can beat up on anybody, and I think they run right past Western Carolina here. So I'll lay the points with Wofford.
Ron Romanelli, I know he's all over that Loyola Maryland against Lehigh.
Not quite, but I do like that Boston U against Colgate. So almost the same conference, but Boston U, like Mitch said a few weeks ago, this is the most disappointing team in college basketball.
Outside Buffalo. Buffalo's there too. Buffalo.
Oh yeah, and Arizona State.
Yeah,
but Boston U projected to win the conference. Now they've barely beaten Holy Cross. You're getting 13.5 against Colgate. I think it's going to be a competitive game. I think the team that we thought we were going to see is going to show up tonight or today. I also like Siena laying the 4.5 against Niagara. Siena, again, they're projected to win their conference, and Niagara, they do have some talented pieces in Hammond and Nuundu, but there's a lot of times that Niagara gets stuck in a VCU scoring drought where they just can't put baskets together, and that can get really dangerous against one of the best defensive teams in the country. So I'll take Siena and lay the points there.
Rod?
For me, in the first spot, I like Indiana over Michigan State. I don't see Michigan State showing up at all. We've seen what they've done all year. I think Indiana houses them. Give me Indiana here. They show up and wipe out Michigan State. No faith in them at all. I like Kentucky and Tennessee to go over. I think both teams they picked up the pace. Their last 5 games, Tennessee's going over, Kentucky's went over. Their paces went up. They're not playing as much defense as what they used to. That pace has definitely increased there, so I like the over in that game. And give me Vanderbilt plus the 14.5. I think that's too many against this Alabama team. I think Alabama wins, but I think they win by like 9-10 points. Too many.
I don't know. I like Vandy, but they're looking a little bit too much like a public underdog for me. That's why I crossed them off my list. They were on my card here as well. I took them off.
It looks pretty good now.
I like Vandy also. I think Rod's on to something there.
They kind of, they're it's gone from 16.5 to 14. I really liked it at 16.5 at 14. Not as much.
Sharps are betting the number.
Yeah, the number is gone. The number is gone, and that is the problem with college hoops. Is that, and that's what I've seen.
Half a point can.
Well, it's not
huge.
well, half a point or a point. There's enough games on the board, and it's like in my system, if it's a half a point or a point, it's not going to be a premium pick for me or a game I'm going to bet. I'm looking for the games where I have a 3 to 5 point or better advantage. Mm-hmm. And I think we had that at 16.5. I don't think we have it at 14. Now we're in that half a point, where it's like, I could see Alabama winning by 13.5. I could see them winning by 14.5. I could see, I could see him, kind of making the free throw. They say, it's like I could see an SEC referee saying that's going to count for half a point. Okay, I mean, I could see it happen, and there's no other conference where that would take place but the SEC, especially in a Bama game at home. I just think, to me, 2.5 points is you're starting to move into my wiggle room, and that's why I still like Vandy. I still like Vandy here if I'm making a pick, but like I said, at 16.5 to 14, you've invaded my space. You're in my personal space, and I'm not social distanced enough from my comfort zone.
I think the dogs are barking today.
I think the dogs are barking early, is what I see. But I like, just same thing with Kentucky. I like Kentucky. I'm a little concerned about the late betting, but I'm also concerned that Tennessee. I've seen that their star players start throwing up bricks and playing really poorly against a lot less than they're going to face here. A lot less. Kentucky they're talented. John Calipari doesn't have scrubs on his team. They just haven't come together. It just doesn't work that way. So I could see it. Obviously, the 74% of the money coming in on Tennessee late here is concerning, But, they, like I said, I'm putting in a pool in the front, whatever. These guys are the ones that paid for it. So, especially, so we can see that. I kind of like Miami here against Georgia Tech. 13% of the money here is on the Hurricanes. I don't know. Why not?
Georgia Tech written down, but I crossed them all.
Yeah, I don't have that one on my thing, but Georgia Tech's been no gift on the road. They're like 1-4 in their last 5, and the one win they were down by like 20 something and came back. And I mean, I don't know how they got that win at home against Notre Dame. And it's like, I have nothing nice to say about Notre Dame at all. I also like Michigan State against Indiana on spite alone. Sick of the hate mail from the Indiana fans. Had to block them. I got so much hate mail from those people. Mitch has no idea about betting. Let's play each other, Mitch, you scared bitch. What does that mean? He can't golf. I don't even know what this means.
Oh my God, is that like golf guy challenging you again to golf?
No, I don't. I think he wants to challenge me in betting. It's like, all right, I'll bet against you, but you have to show me your bank statement that you have the money. You have to show me your bank statement. I need to see at least $100,000 in cash because I don't think you're going to pay me. I mean, this is the way these things always work. It's like, I bet, and then they don't pay you. So it's like, why even go through the motions here? But it's like, that's not what I do. I bet against the book, and our show is about us all winning together. It's not about me beating you. It's not a personal competition. We rib each other here on the show just for fun, but believe me, I'm rooting for all these guys every single day. It's like, man, we're all rooting for each other. It's like, no one's happier at the end of the month when I'm paying than me, when I'm paying everybody, that works at our site. It's like, I don't understand that mentality. Personally, we're not betting against each other. It's not a picking contest. This is what I do for a living. It's not, and if that's what you do for a living, then send us pictures of your house and your Rolex and your sports cars and everything like that, and say, you bet bigger bets than me, or you have a higher winning percentage or whatever. But I don't care. I gotta, it's you go to the pancake breakfast and they got the nice big flat screen color TV, and you put your tickets in for the raffle, and somebody wins it. Somebody wins the TV, but the rest of us still got a pretty nice stack of pancakes. Which, I like. Ruflo appreciates a good stack. All you can eat. Is there any other way to eat pancakes than all you can eat?
No chance.
It's like this group shows up at the all-you-can-eat pancake, and they turn the lights out and pretend they're closed. It's like, oh no! I just don't understand the comment. I don't understand it. If you think that you're, if you think you're so good at it, and you're awesome at it, then you should start a YouTube channel and a website, because if you can pick winners, people will just come flocking. just come running. We have 7 million people a month that read our websites and watch our YouTube channel. So, I mean, this just tells you what the audience is out there for this stuff. If you can pick winners, and I think that to me is the biggest validation of what we do works. We don't win them all. That's for damn sure. I had Michigan State against whoever they played, Iowa last week. That was one of my really good ones. What was I thinking? I had also whoever played Iowa the last game. What was that? The last one I just lost with Iowa again?
Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that one hurt.
Yeah, that left the mark. I certainly don't win. But anyways, man, there's more than, see, what you always say, there's always one person, but it's not one person. I mean, you guys see 1/10 of 1% of everything that goes on. But anyways.
By the way, it wasn't all you can eat, but I still remember when Mitch and I walked into the Pepper Mill and the waitress kind of saw me coming in behind him. It kind of like was the horror soundtrack in behind her. Like the dun, 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 dun.
She's doing warm up lifting, to make sure her arms are gonna be able to carry the.
She's like, do I need one tray or two?
It's like you hear someone in the back when she goes to pick up the orders. Do you need help with that?
I don't have enough hands.
Anyways, man, we could go all day. We got Kansas against Texas Tech. Got, do I have any more of those early ones? No, I didn't. All right. Kansas against Texas Tech is the big one. One of the big ones of the day. And it's in the 2:00 time slot. South Carolina, Missouri. I did no video on this one. I had so many videos to do that I kind of I glossed over some of the fairly big games that weren't as big. South Carolina at 5-9. They weren't video worthy today. Syracuse versus Notre Dame. Wake Forest against NC State. Odd line movement in that one. VCU against Chris's friend George Mason. I think George Mason and Robert Morris hang out.
Yeah, right next to George Washington.
Bob Morris, nice guy, but I'm telling you what, he's going to remember the day he played the Titans. He's going to remember. He didn't even show up. Texas versus West Virginia. That's a gem. Texas won the first meeting, I believe.
I think he jumped in at 3:00.
By bucket. That's all right. Florida, Georgia's at 3:30. Minnesota, Illinois. We'll go all the way to 3:30. 2 to 3:30.
My brain can't handle that many at a time.
Why? We only had Texas of the big games. Texas Tech, Kansas, South Carolina.
My little pea brain can only handle one time slot at a time.
Did you not see the steam coming out of the ears from overworking?
Slot. It's a lot of slot for me. It's too much slot.
Can I go?
Go ahead. I think someone's bashing our premium area about having to pay for the premium YouTube.
Yeah, I guess $1 a day for 4 picks is.
It's 25 cents a
that time
pick, Brian.
slot,
It's a lot of money.
I like a lot in that time area, but I'm gonna zero in on 2 that easily could have been premiums. Notre Dame fighting Irish, plus the points against Syracuse. It seems like the world's on the orange. They have the better record. Just that game line just seems off to me. Let me go with the Irish there, and then George Mason I think is the better of the 2. Plus the 10.5 against VCU, coming off of wins versus St. Bonaventure and Richmond. They got the Billikens on deck. I think they sleepwalk through this one, and George Mason catches them with their pants down.
I like George Mason there too. Chris?
Yeah, I was trying to think of all the nameplates I could make up here. Like, George Mason was walking with James Madison to go visit William and Mary. And
is George Mason an actual guy? I don't even know
they just threw 2 names together and see what would stick.
They all sat around the table and it's like, let's call it, I don't know. Let's call it Iowa University. No. How about
Too
George
obvious.
Mason? Okay.
much for me. I'm gonna lay the 4 points with Eastern Washington at Montana. This Eastern Washington's just been a covering machine on the road, and Montana 1-9 against the spread. 1-5 against the spread at home this season. I just like Eastern Washington. I think they can keep up and blow past Montana in the second half. I like Portland State laying the 8 against Idaho. I'm with Mitch. Any chance I get to bet against Idaho with a reasonable number, I'll take it.
I kind of like Idaho today. I'll tell you. I'm kind of leaning Idaho.
Okay, never mind. I retract.
It's okay. It's okay.
And another one that was close to being a premium. I like West Virginia getting the 3 points against Texas. I just think that this is going to be a game that comes down to the last buck, and I can see this easily being a 2-point game, sneaking inside of that number. So I'll take West Virginia in the points in a game they could win outright.
I gotta cut you off, Ron. I'm sorry. There's a lot of talk in the chat here about people that have the premium and don't have the premium. We appreciate everybody the same. I'm saying that I will say I think the premium is a ridiculous value. It's so much value, I don't want to do it. I've made it crystal clear, right? That it's like I'm against doing the premium show. We do it. I've gone on. I've carried on. I've done it. I've done my part on it. I don't agree with the concept. I think that it's way too inexpensive for what we're giving. But at the same time, if we can deliver 4 winners, whatever, and 3 1s and all these days like that, and if people are winning, you know what? Like I said, we still got a pretty good stack of pancakes over here. But the thing is that, we're not going to berate people that won't spend, that don't want to spend it. As long as they're not berating us, for having it, it's like, it's our prerogative to have it. And if people can buy it or they don't, and I don't, but if it's an issue of the price, then I will say stop sports betting immediately. It is not for you. If 25 cents a pick or $1 a day is something that's going to get in the way of your life at all, do not bet on sports. Do not. Spend it on whatever you need to pay your electric bill. Do whatever you got to do. It's like, seriously. You got to take care of that first. Even me who does this for a living, it's like, hey, man, I was cold. I had to scale back on some things, I had to scale back on my bets. That's fun. But that's what you do, Anyways, Ron, go ahead. We're not going to let people berate other people for not being premium members. That's the point.
Yep. I'm also going to take George Mason. I like George Mason getting the points. VCU, very good team in the A10, but this is a more defensive team that doesn't really cover these large spreads. 9.5, it just seems like a tad too much. I think George Mason can definitely cover this number. I also like BYU laying the 8 against Loyola Marymount. Loyola Marymount's not a bad team in that West Coast Conference, but I think BYU's really starting to find its stride. This was a team I was big on before the season, and they kind of struggled out of the gate. They got that big loss to USC in the beginning of the season, and you know what? They've lately looking pretty good. I'll take BYU and lay the points there.
Rod?
Ooh, I'm gonna go opposite of you on that one. Ooh. I like the Mountain, that one. Loyola Marymount. They've had their COVID issues, and they're just starting to get things are rolling now. 7-3 their last 10, 6-4 ATS against the number. They're gonna be a great game. I think it's just too many points for BYU to cover on the road here. Give me Marymount plus the 8. I also like give me Kent State minus the 14 in that spot. Eastern Michigan hasn't played in like a month. They're 0-5 on the road, 1-4 ATS on the road. Give me Kent State. I think they win that one by 20. I like Texas Tech and Kansas to go under. I think we got a defensive battle in that one. Give me the under. And I like Georgia on the road at Florida at the Gators there. The road team is 6-0 ATS the last 6 meetings in Florida. So I think that's too many points as well. So give me Georgia plus the points in that one.
I was going to give this one out as my early premium show pick, but instead I'm going to give it out for free because you guys are beating each other up in the comments still here about this. I like FIU minus 3 points against Southern Miss.
Oh, I forgot that one. I like a lot.
My turn. Stop cutting me off. I do appreciate the sucking up. I always like a good sucking up. Normally it's Ruffalo, but we'll accept it from you. But I like FIU against Southern Miss. This was going to be my early premium pick. It's just I want people out there to see the type of picks that you get in the premium as opposed to just saying, take, whoever minus, the big game, whatever that one is, Kentucky and, all that other stuff. I'm just saying FIU against Southern Miss. They're 9-15 on the season. They're beautiful 2-8-1 at home against the number of the Panthers. They play no defense whatsoever. They're 1-9 straight up in their last 10 games. The line's gone from 2 to 3. I'm showing so much money coming in on FIU on this game. Somebody knows something. And I'm telling you, this is one of the stronger of the earlier plays, and I am a little bit kicking myself in for not putting it in as a regular premium pick in my regular premiums. But I like FIU that much. The other one I'm going to give out on the show, and that one would be in this time slot as well. It's a 2 o'clock start game. But I had 2 of them that I really liked at the 2 o'clock, but FIU was one of them. And
I think I'm going to go bet that one quick.
Yeah, I got it at minus 2. I got it at the other number. I still like it at this number. I got it the minus 2. It's not even near the wiggle room. We're good. We're good. This one. All right. Just wanted to make that crystal clear to everyone. Kent State's also going to cover. The other one I really like, I can't say, but I like Syracuse too against Notre Dame. I just love betting against Notre Dame. I think I'll bet Syracuse Michigan State parlay early just to get the day started. We'll call that spite alone. I don't understand this NC State line movement. I had NC State on my card here of games that were in my running for premium picks, and then the line went from Wake -1 to Wake +1.5. So it went 2.5 points in NC State's direction, which normally you would say, "Wow, man, I was dead on this one," but then, kind of I don't feel good about it, so I just crossed it off. I have enough games on here that I could do that. So that's where I am at those games. Like I said, my premium pick is going to come from that time slot unless somebody else here has the same game, which is always a possibility. And then if that's the case, I'll move on to the other one because I have another one that I like in that same grouping.
I have a 1 p.m. game.
Do you? I have two in that same time slot that I really like. So, and they're both in that. They're both that same type of play that I just gave out. They're both very similar to that. Got West Virginia. Oh, we did these. West Virginia, Texas was in that group, right? Idaho, yes. Yep. Loyola. I like Loyola plus the 8. I don't like the line movement in that game. So that one was on my list too, Loyola, but I didn't put it in as a premium. And it's not going to be my live show premium or any of those things. It is what it is. It's just there. I didn't even bet the thing. So, Romanelli, we're not on the opposite sides. You're on your own. Florida against Georgia. You going to that game, Ron?
No, I couldn't get tickets in time.
Minnesota, Illinois. Merrimack against Bryant. How about Fauci saying we're going to have baseball, crowds at baseball games, and March Madness, they're having fans. It's a miracle cure. This is the best cure for COVID since Alabama had Georgia on the schedule. Nick Saban was miraculously cured. That was like the 2-day COVID cure of Nick Saban. It's Georgia this week. He's clean. Minnesota versus Illinois. Got Washington State against Stanford. Then Pitt against Florida State. I don't know. I like Florida State there, but the line is kind of showing something different. I didn't have either of those as a premium. I'm not betting it, but I do like Florida State there. I'll admit it. LSU against Auburn. Auburn always disappoints in spots like this. Anything else? 4 o'clockers? Richmond Duquesne, anyone? All right. We got that 3:30 to up until the 5 p.m. starts, not including. Brian.
Yeah, the one that is making me wish I would have had it is as a premium, the Pitt Panthers plus the points. It just looks like the perfect letdown spot for Florida State, coming off that monster blowout win against Virginia. Just to me, it looks like a big filet-o-fish game taking Florida State. And then the Washington State Cougars at home plus the points. I think they get revenge. They lost to Stanford last month by a good amount. I think they can keep it within a number here at home. Cougars and Pitt Panthers pick.
The premium YouTube is actually recorded, and you can access the shows through the thing all day. And there's you can access past shows too. So it's not if you miss the live show, it's it. Can't figure out how to even do it live. I will try and spend some time on that. I don't think it makes a difference. I think it's fine recorded. I haven't heard anyone have a problem with it.
It's not like we take questions.
Yeah, it's not like we're taking questions. It's not like we have any good trolling going on. It's like the live show was 85 minutes. Mitch talking about that IPFW pick from yesterday.
Oh man, I just thought of something.
When Chris, before the premium show, we each say what game we're gonna do, or these guys all do, and usually I'll wait, because it doesn't matter as long as I don't have it. Chris is like, I'm taking the Hawks, and Rod and I are just both like, no, I forbid you. He's like, I'll take something else. No.
You made your bed, now lie in it. Oh man. I just realized you could say IPFW stands for I pick winners.
Well, I pick effing winners.
Yeah, there you go. See, there you go. I like it. No, I'm going to take. I know. We talked about it yesterday. I'm going to take Illinois. Land the 4.5 points. I know Minnesota has been fantastic at home, but they're missing Gabe Kalsher, who's probably their best defender, and Liam Robbins is banged up on the inside. I think Kofi Coburn can do some serious damage inside if he's banged up, and I just think this Illinois team just finds a way to get it done by maybe 6 or 7 points. I'll lay the points with Illinois on the road. I like Auburn getting the 4 against LSU. I keep saying it, but this Auburn team just looks a lot better with Sharif Cooper in the lineup, and I think he's going to add that charge.
I got the same question for you. In what way have they looked better? Because the record doesn't indicate that they are.
The record doesn't indicate, but you could see like games like they played earlier in the season against St. Joe's where they were struggling. Yeah, they were scoring like 90-something points, but they were also struggling to put St. Joe's away.
I know, but the reality here is that with Cooper, they have lost 4 of their last 5. Their one win was a 6-point win against Vandy, and that was a push. They covered last time against Kentucky, but they've been playing so poorly. They were 3.5-point dogs in that game at Rupp. I mean, I don't see it. I just you say it every time that they're better with Cooper. I like Cooper, right? I like Cooper. We're fans, right? Fanboy, right? I'm in, but I don't see it. I see losers of 5 of their last 7. Is what I see. I don't know. I see a lot of covers in there because they were getting no respect. But now that Cooper's there, then now it's 91-86 loss to Georgia. Nothing pretty about that. That was home. That was at home. I don't know. Go ahead. Go ahead. We'll sit here and feel miserable with your analysis of Auburn again.
I also still see an 88-82 win over Missouri, and they beat Kentucky as well at home. Granted, obviously we'd say Kentucky's in a down year, but I still think that's those are decent results, and I think they can at least.
They lost that. They just lost at Kentucky. They lost that game.
I'm saying they beat Kentucky at home.
That was before Cooper was there.
I swear he was there for that one.
I don't think so. When did he get
out? Either way, I think they step up in this spot. I think they hang with LSU here. I think they take them down to the wire. And I like Richmond laying the 9 against Duquesne. I just think Richmond, I think they're just a better, more balanced team here. Duquesne still lost their leading assist man since he carried to the transfer portal. And they also haven't played in about 2.5 weeks. So I'll take Richmond here laying the 9. I think they get a double-digit win at home.
I could see LSU winning by 20 in that thing. But I could see them losing, too. I could see it. Anyways, Ron?
Yeah, I like LSU. I'm not sure they win by 20, but I think they cover the number here. You get the 6th-ranked overall offense in LSU. This is just the type of game. I think it's a really bad spot for Auburn. I just think this is going to be at least a 7-8 point win. Wouldn't be surprised to see double digits for the Tigers at home. I also like Pittsburgh getting the 5.5 points against Florida State. We've seen Florida State struggle in certain spots. I think they went to overtime with Wake Forest, or it was a very close game. I know Wake Forest covered. And it's just weird spots that Florida State kind of struggles in. I think this is one of them on the road. I also like Duquesne. The reason why I'm not in love with this game is I was kind of surprised that the line is 9 points. I mean, Duquesne's a pretty solid team, and I think they were projected to do pretty good things in the A-10 this year. So I'm just after Richmond loses to VCU in a game they look terrible, now they're laying 9 points. It just kind of confused me a bit. So I'd be a little weary of that one, but I do like Duquesne.
Rod? I like Florida State, I got to say, against Pitt. But I'll get to it on mine. I'll explain why. Go ahead, Rod.
I like Florida State against Pitt as well. Florida State's 8-2. Their last 10, 6-4 ATS. And again, they're this is their 4th game off of their COVID break as well. Just starting to get things pieced together and rolling. I'll take FSU. I think they roll right over double-digit win over Pitt. I'll take Stanford. I'll lay the points with Stanford. Isaac Bonton's probably out for the Cougars today. Here goes 19 points. It's tough. Big loss there for Cougars if he doesn't play. I'll definitely lay the points with Stanford, and I think they get the win covering that one if he's not in that game. And I'm with you. Give me LSU. That offense is just too good. And Auburn's only they're 4-6 the last 10. LSU's just got 2 big wins over Mississippi State, and there was one other one they just whipped up on somebody. Anyways, they were both pretty good. Give me LSU over Auburn here.
All right. I like LSU also. I just think that this is the type of game where maybe it's close for a little bit, but I could see LSU extending it out to 10, at the end of the game. They just do that to teams. It's like LSU is you blink and they're gone, and that's just what we've seen from them this season. And I just think if this was at Auburn, maybe, but not at LSU. I think Florida State's just too big for Pitt. I think what the games that we've seen from Pitt that they've played well, they've come from behind, in most of their games. Is they're kind of like this gritty team. They're not a good front runner, and I don't like the coming from behind against Florida State. We saw what Virginia tried to do coming from behind against Florida State. And I think Virginia can't come from behind against Florida State. I don't think Pitt's going to be able to either. So that's just pretty much my logic. They're not a premium pick. Wasn't even on the card, Wasn't even on the card. Neither of those games were. But I do like them, and they're bigger games. I like Washington State against Stanford plus the 5.5. Just I bet I've taken Washington State, I think, every game this season, so I'm not going to get off that horse now. They are 11-10-2, so we're on the plus side. They paid for their juice. They're exactly even with the juice. 11-10 is what it takes.
Yeah.
That is what it does. Exactly even with the juice and 2 pushes. Bucknell Lafayette. They are playing, or was it canceled? I thought that game was postponed. They're playing. Daniel LaRussa is going to fight. No, they're not playing. All right. South Alabama's back in action, Brian, against App State.
So many good games on the board that I could have put in here.
I see a ton.
Driving me crazy.
How about Merrimack getting the 5.5 against Bryant? Nothing wrong with that.
I was looking more of Nebraska here.
I like Georgia, too.
You know I like the crappiest of crap teams.
I gave out Nebraska in the video. That's not in this slot.
I know. I'm just preparing myself.
I took Nebraska in the video. I believe they're also in my parlay, my pick dogs parlay today. Nebraska. I believe it was Nebraska TCU. My pick dogs parlay. Nice little 2-team. Got you head to the 5 o'clock slot, and not a lot of big names to get it started. Belmont and Tennessee Tech going back at it. Oakland and Milwaukee. That could be a really lousy game. The Mastodons getting 3.5 against Cleveland State today. I don't feel as good about it as I did yesterday. TCU against Kansas State, Nebraska, Purdue, Georgetown, Seton Hall. I'm still mad at Georgetown about that Creighton second half. It's like I am bitter. USC against Arizona, dropping line in that one despite Arizona not being able to score any points in the second half against UCLA. Ole Miss against Mississippi State, can throw out the record books in that one. Iowa State against Oklahoma. Iowa State just covered against Oklahoma like 2 weeks ago. That's it for the 5:30 to 6 slot. 5 to 6 slot. Brian, anything in that slot for you?
Yeah, I'm going to take UNC Greensboro, lay the points. I know they're coming off loss to VMI, and Chattanooga Choo-Choos won 6 games straight. I just think UNC Greensboro is going to come out and have a really solid effort today. And then Nebraska game that I'm going to be on. Nebraska's worst team in the Big Ten, but there's a lot of points at home. Purdue, not the best road team in the Big Ten. And then my another degenerate betting pick, I'm going to take Georgetown plus the points against Seton Hall. I like Seton Hall, but this game screams one bucket game. I'm going to take the Hoyas here plus the points.
So Gabe W says FIU lost by 13 yesterday. They're a premium pick today.
Yeah.
I didn't say they were a premium pick, but I actually gave them out for free, right here on the show. But I am betting them. It's like, yeah, because comments like that is what exactly kind of like the people that pounded my Orlando pick on the YouTube yesterday against Golden State. Man,
oh my God, they lost by 13 yesterday. Oh my God,
yeah.
11 or whatever it was.
Yeah, because the other side of that one have been so dependable. Southern Miss has been just so dependable this season. It's like so consistent and dependable. Yeah. Okay. Good story. Chris, did you say anything yet?
No, I did not. I will now, though. I like I like Chattanooga getting the points against UNC Greensboro. I'll take 6.5 with a team that's won 6 straight against a UNC Greensboro team that's reeling. And I think that especially 8-3 against the number on the road, 7-3 against the number of their last 10. That's good enough for me. I'm also going to take Canisius laying the 5.5 on the road against Fairfield. Canisius got the win yesterday. I know we say that the team loses the first game, usually bounces back the second, but Fairfield just doesn't score enough to make that a viable option here. So I'll take Canisius. And I will take Pepperdine laying the 3 against Santa Clara. Just Pepperdine just rolling against the number right now, and Santa Clara just having some scoring issues, and I don't think they can keep up with Pepperdine in this one. So I'll take the Waves and lay the 3 points.
So Haley asks if there's notifications when the premium YouTube gets posted. I don't know, to be honest with you. I have no idea, but I would say that we go at the same time. You know, that one is posted within 15 minutes after this show ends, and then the other one is around 5 o'clock Eastern time. We've been very, very consistent with that. You know, I've had horse handicappers. Someone's asking if we should get a horse handicapper. I've had horse handicappers, and they never work out long term. So, I don't know.
I think Big Al does horses. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I do horses. I mean, my wife does horses. We all do horses, but it's like, I don't know. I enjoy betting horses. I don't enjoy talking about it as much. I used to do, if I don't, this dates me, but I used to do, my first thing I ever really did on TV was I used to do, how at the track they have the guy that does the picks in between the races. I used to do that at River Downs in Cincinnati. I was a guest. I wasn't like the guy that did it every day. But I was like a guest, a regular guest, like at least once a week on the regular guy show. Sit around, eat chicken wings. That's some horses. Pretty much how it went. Kind of like this show. Without Ruffalo.
Wow.
Well, you weren't there.
I know.
You weren't there. It's like soft.
Wish I was.
Couldn't negotiate those soft dough pretzels into the contract.
I mean, we can't now, but
Oh.
I'm a lot more flexible.
All right. Where are we at? Ron?
Yep. I think we should open a horse chat place. Does that sound?
There you go. Look at Ron with the.
But in this time slot, I like Texas A&M Corpus Christi to get their first Division I win of the year over Lamar. This is just a bad road team. Lamar, I'm not sure they've won a road game all year, but they just cannot play away from home. And I think Corpus Christi has the edge on the offensive glass and in the three-point line as well. I also like Greensboro laying the points against Chattanooga. I just think that we haven't seen the best of Greensboro yet. They did go on that 7-game win streak, and then they had a loss to Furman, VMI. I think they're going to battle back and win this game by double digits on the road. So I'll take they're home. So I'll take 11 even more. Lay the points at home.
Rod?
For me in this spot, I know we took the Jaguars yesterday. I'm going to bounce back the other way. I think the Penguins get the win today. The Jaguars got the outright win, but we're going to take Youngstown on the Penguins, get the win and cover today. I like them. Tough to win twice. And I like Miami, Ohio at Northern Illinois. I know Miami, Ohio stumbled a little bit, but it's a good spot here for let's bounce back. Northern Illinois at home, not so good. 2-4, 1-5 against the number. This is like a good spot here to run over the Huskies. I'll take Miami, Ohio.
I used to use Blade golf clubs, and I have a set of blades that I play once in a while, but I've switched it about 2 months ago to PXGs. They're kind of like they're a cavity back, but they're closed. It's like it is hollow on the inside. It's just, but it looks like a blade style. These are not. This is a PXG wedge that somebody gave me. This is like a $650 club. This one right here, but it's like this is the Sugar Daddy. But this shaft is so stiff on this thing, I can't even use it, and the face is kind of worn down on it. It's just I just swing this around the house, outside.
You can send it to me. I'll use it.
I have much better wedges than this that you could have.
Oh, okay.
Much better that you could have.
I'm getting ready.
This is a $650 wedge, but the thing is, it's not in great condition, and this shaft is so stiff, man. It's like it's ridiculous. It's like. Anyways, it doesn't really matter. I like NKU against Wright State again. I took them yesterday. I'm going to take them again. I like TCU. I put them in that parlay, but I still like them. I can't stand Georgetown. They are on my list. You know what list that is. I'm going to parlay them in that Michigan State and whoever was the other early team that we said in the spite parlay. So let's go Seton Hall with we're building. Seton Hall with Michigan State, and what was the other team that we were taking? Seton Hall, Michigan State, and I don't know. We'll have to watch the replay. Seton Hall, Michigan State, and someone else. We're building. Syracuse has got to be in there though.
FIU?
I will throw FIU in there too. Why not? Sounds like a nice little 4-teamer. I like Louisville against North Carolina. Did we get to 6 o'clock?
I didn't think we did.
Yeah, we did because we did Arizona USC. I like Louisville against North Carolina plus the points. I think this game is going to be decided by less than that number. I think it's that simple. I don't know who's going to. I think the game is a coin flip. I think this is way too many points. I think this is where you bet the number, and it's this is a 3-point game that goes either way. 5.5. You're kidding me. You're kidding yourself. I also like Oklahoma to pound Iowa State. Oklahoma's really run the gauntlet recently. St. John's is playing DePaul, Colorado, Oregon State. Duke against Virginia. Gonzaga against San Diego. Oregon against Utah. Grand Canyon against California Baptist. Washington against Cal. UCLA, Arizona State. Brian, anything there?
I'm going to go back to DePaul. I've been laying off the blue team. I've been laying off of them for a little bit, but I just think that's a lot of points against one of my favorite teams, the Johnny Cakes. And then the other game, I like the Duke Blue Devils plus the points. It just seems like everybody's in on Virginia here. The line's growing a little bit. I would wait up until tip off for that one, but Duke's got the athletes to hang with Virginia, so wouldn't shock me if they beat them outright.
I think it's going the other way. So line dropping.
Is it going down?
Yeah.
No. With all the pressure on Virginia, it wouldn't shock me.
48% on 48% of the bets, 64% of the money on Duke.
I see 64-94.
That's because you didn't pay up.
All right. Well, obviously you like Virginia.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Looking at the total. I like Virginia. I didn't put it as a premium or anything like that, but I like Virginia. Duke's terrible.
But I think Duke has the.
Duke's lousy.
They did just beat two crappy teams.
Yeah, well, you lose at home to North Carolina by 4. You sure as hell can lose at home to Virginia by 2.
I think they outright upset them.
They beat them and they beat them, right? I mean, it's the oldest one in the book. You know, this is how Stephen F. Austin beats Texas Tech. This is exactly how you get there. They beat them and they beat them.
Line opened at a pick, so I mean that really.
Really
trying to
-1.
It
opened at -1. Virginia -1.
-1 pick. All right.
I had Northern Kentucky yesterday against Wright State. Remember I said Northern Kentucky was the right pick. Wright State was the wrong state. really was rolling yesterday. Chris, you got any picks?
Yeah, I do. I'm on the other side of a couple of those. I like St. John's laying the 11. This is what we see from DePaul every year in conference play. You know, they always fall apart as the conference schedule goes on. It's just this year they don't have the benefit of a non-conference schedule to at least beef up their record a little bit. So I'll take St. John's, who've just been rolling right now. Caught it yesterday, so I'm going to go to the well again. I'm going to take the under in the Marist and St. Peter's matchup. They struggled to get near 110. I know 119.5. It's like Virginia numbers, but I still think we come in under that one as well. And I'm on Virginia as well. I've seen nothing from this Duke team that makes me want to take up even a free bucket with them at home. Cameron Indoor's a lot less scary when you don't have fans in the stands, and Virginia, with that defense, I don't think Duke's going to be able to get through it. So I'll take Virginia laying the points. And the other one I like is Grand Canyon. This team just keeps covering the number at home, and I see this being no different against a Cal Baptist team that can't get a stop to save their life. So I'll take Grand Canyon laying the 10 at home.
It's a Grand Canyon. Ron, a lot of crap games here for you.
Yep, a lot of crap. And yesterday I was on Utah Valley in the premium area. They won it outright. But today I'm going to go with New Mexico State just because it looks like Jamison Overton, excuse me. He hurt his ankle at the end of that game. He's their number one scorer, 17 points per game. If he's out, I'm just not sure how this offense works, especially because they turned the ball over a ton 10 times in the first half. I'm not sure how many by the end of the game, but without him, I think New Mexico State has a big advantage. I also like. Let's see, there's a lot of crap, like you said. I like Oregon laying the points against Utah. Just Utah's not the same on the road as they are at home. In Oregon, they already beat them and covered in the first game, and that was at Utah. I think it's going to be a problem in Eugene today for the Utes, so I'll take the Ducks and lay the points.
You hate watching games on TV at Eugene with that court? You can't see the ball? Struggle with that like I do?
It's pretty, though.
Tell you, my dog goes nuts, man. He hears them saying ducks. He's like, where's
Oh.
ducks? Ducks. Who said ducks? He gets so excited. Rod? Benny, watch college hoops?
I like Virginia here at Duke. Virginia's 8-0-1 their last 9 following an ATS loss this year. So Virginia bounces back. Gets a cover on that one. Also, the road team is 21-6 the last 27 in that series. So give me Virginia in that one. And I was wrong. Give me the Ducks. Never heard of a college player just up and leaving and going back to his own country for some big tournament, but that's what this guy did on Utah.
It happens. It happens. It happens.
I've never heard. News to me.
It happens.
Yeah. Anyways, but he up and left for Mikhail Jontun. He up and left and went to Finland to play a tournament for his Finnish country a couple games ago, and Utah hasn't been the same since. So give me the Ducks. I think they get a nice double-digit win there. Blow out the Utes.
Okay.
Everybody but Romanelli against me on the Duke, Virginia.
No comment.
I like
That's a
South
tough
Dakota
game.
State against North Dakota State. South Dakota State won yesterday. You know, the Jackrabbits haven't really been, the Jackrabbits that we know and love, but it's getting to be their time of year. And it's Jackrabbit time. I'm going to jump on the Jackrabbits here. Hop right onto a little victory. Just like they did last night. Getting a 1.5. Winning by a point. A smooth cover. I like Oregon State against Colorado. I don't like much. I do like Oregon there. I don't love it at 9.5. I liked it at 8 a lot better. I like UCLA against Arizona State, but not enough to bet it because Mick Cronin is the coach, so you don't want to be laying a lot of points with him, especially after a game that they did cover. They rarely cover. I mean, they win a lot of games. Mick Cronin will coach you right out of a 7.5. I mean, he will coach you right out of that thing. He gets out the white. You're up by 9.5. He gets out the whiteboard. It's like, oh, no. So he will coach you right out of that thing. I like Washington against Cal. Cal is a one-man show, and the one guy, he's tough, but he gets a little tired. I like Washington. I just think they're a little better team than Cal. That's it. That's our college basketball show. Brian, what are you selling today?
This is bounce. Saturdays have been good to me. I can't say that about many days lately, but I got my golden ticket Saturday 3-pack. You get my 3 early college basketball plays for $40 at pickdogs.com, and I seriously suggest you take a look at the premium YouTube channel. Been rock solid picks on there.
Brian's upping his tips. Golden Corral. His waitresses better be wearing clean.
I didn't get to
clean
go out
underwear.
last night because I was snowed in. So I'm saving my tip for the next time. It'll be a $40 tip next week.
Chris, what are you selling?
Sorry, I just want to regain my composure after that. I got my Saturday college basketball sledgehammer. 5 plays are absolutely smash your book today. Or I got the my slap shot Saturday 3-pack. Excuse me, for NHL. Both those I got.
Spit it out, young man.
Sorry, got my college hoops for $30. The NHL for $25. Or hop on one of the longer term passes. It's a couple bonus plays in there if you have a longer term subscription, just because they just missed the cut for making it into the daily package, but still a ton of quality over at Pick Dog Sports Chat Plays Premium today.
Ron Romanelli.
Yep, I got a 7-pack. You get 6 college plays, and then my NHL value dog of the day, all 7 for $34.95.
Rod.
And for me, I've got a Super Saturday pack. I've got 6 college basketball and 3 NHL, all available in one package for you, or separate if you want. I have 5 college basketball in one package and 3 in another, or you can get all 9 plays one package over at Big Dogs Premium.
Got Saturday Lucky 7 college basketball picks. Coming out of my cold spell, the coldest spell of my life. Heating up for sure. And I'm doing all the right things, like you guys know. Still waiting from that order from J. Crew so I can, restock, as they say. And so like last Friday, I had candy for dinner, and I had a bagel with cheddar cheese, so that's exactly what I had last night. A couple tortilla chips with some cheese on them as well. That was what I had for dinner last Friday, so I had it again this Friday. So yeah, a lot of candy. Not the best dinner for you. It wasn't really what I was in the mood for, but you got to do what you got to do. Yeah. Candy for dinner. It's what the world has come to. My wife's like, we're not changing a thing. It's like, what do you want for dinner tonight? Chili. Well, it's not what I had last Saturday. But actually, last Sunday I did not have a winning day, so maybe I could have a different dinner. Anyways, NHL time. I'm going to leave the room. Let's see how we can do this. No, not going to work. That doesn't work. We'll have to create a new scene. Whew, that's good. We'll put Romanelli up there. We'll put the Puck Dogs on top. There we go. All right, Chris, take her away. How many NHL games we got today?
Full 12 games late today.
All right, I'm going to go take a walk. Eat some candy.
Smarties.
I said full 12 games today. So we'll start with the earlier games. We got 12:30. Got the Buffalo Sabres and the New Jersey Devils. And the New York Rangers at the Washington Capitals. At 3, we've got the outdoor game between the Vegas Golden Knights and Colorado Avalanche at Lake Tahoe. And at 5, we got Florida Panthers and Detroit Red Wings. Brian, any of those 4 games?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the New Jersey Devils here. I think they're still an under-radar team, even laying the minus 125. I just like the way Devils are playing. Sabres have been a big disappointment, and I'm going to go again on the Rangers today. They won with the shootout form against the Flyers. I think they can take out the Capitals.
Ron?
Yeah, I agree. I like the Devils even laying the price there. Devils playing good hockey, and the Sabres just I don't know what they're trying to do. I mean, it's just another disappointing year, it looks like for Buffalo. I think getting the home team at that price is some good value, even though it's not plus money. I also like the Rangers as well. You're getting plus money. This is a Ranger team that starting to pick it up. Not the greatest starts, but they've already taken down some pretty tough competition. They haven't went over the Islanders, the Capitals themselves, the Penguins, Flyers on the road. So I'll take the plus 120.
Rod?
Mike is off.
My bad. I like the under Buffalo, New Jersey. Goal's definitely going to come in a premium in that one. I'm going to go the other way. I like Washington here. Washington at home. Just been a solid team. I know you can see, and everybody sees the puck line on the Rangers. So I'm going to take the Washington on the money line. I don't think the Rangers have a chance to even sniff beating Washington today. No chance. Give me Capitals in that one. And I like Colorado. Well, I'm wavering from the video. I like Colorado to beat Vegas.
Yeah, I'm going to be with you guys. I'm going to take New Jersey as well. He said this Sabres team's come back from their COVID stoppage, lost all 3 games, combined score 9-2. New Jersey just playing well right now. Mackenzie Blackwood and net, so I'll take the Devils. I'm on the Capitals as well. The Rangers may be playing a little bit better, but I need to see consistent outings from Shesterkin and Georgiev in goal before really putting faith in this team. I think Washington can deliver. They do their best work at home, so I'll take Washington on the money line. And I'll take the under 5.5 in the Vegas-Colorado game. These outdoor games are usually known for going under just because the ice surface, it's not meant to be played outside, and there's always the elements always kind of mess up the ice a little bit, and it gets the puck slowed down and stuck behind the net. So I think we're going to see a slow, sloppy game. I think we're going to come in well under the 5.5 in that one. And then we go to the 7 o'clock games. The Tampa Bay Lightning, the Carolina Hurricanes, the Los Angeles Kings at the Arizona Coyotes. Got the San Jose Sharks and St. Louis Blues, the Islanders and the Penguins, the Nashville Predators, the Columbus Blue Jackets, and the Toronto Maple Leafs and Montreal Canadiens. Brian, any of those 6?
I'm going to take a shot with the Montreal Canadiens. I know they haven't played in around a week, but they beat Toronto, I think, in their last matchup, and just tons of money here on the Maple Leafs. I think Montreal needs this game at home. I think they come through. And the price is reasonable, too.
On?
Yeah, I'm going to take the Islanders in a bounce back spot, getting plus money. I think Barry Trotz was not happy with the way the Islanders played the last game. I think you're going to see some lineup changes. Wouldn't be surprised to see Michael Dal Cole, go back in the lineup for Kiefer Bellows. And he's been playing great this season, so I'll take the Islanders. And I also will take the Hurricanes at plus money on the money line. The Hurricanes, one of 3 teams that have beaten the Lightning this season, and I think that they have a shot again. I mean, they shut them out in an overtime win the first game. I think if you're getting a team that's already beaten this team at home plus money, I think that's where you can find your value. So I'll take Carolina.
Ron?
For me in this spot, I'm going to take the Kings to beat the Desert Dogs. I'm going to take the Sharks to beat the Blues. And if it's not broke, don't fix it. Take Columbus to beat Nashville again. Parlay those 3 up. There you go. NHL birdcage of the day. Kings, Sharks, Columbus.
Yeah, I'm with you on the Kings. I like the Kings. There's no reason I'm laying minus 150 with Arizona after they've been stumbling around and playing low scoring hockey. They haven't been able to get much offense going, so I'll take LA. I like the over 5.5 in San Jose, St. Louis. I just see there being a ton of goals scored in that game. I'm with Ron. I like the Islanders against Pittsburgh. I think there's a ton of value against a Pittsburgh team. I think it's, like I said, on the decline. I think they're on their way out. And I'll take Columbus against this Nashville team at home. That Nashville just can't buy a win on the road. And Brian clearly doesn't know he's on the panel with 2 Toronto Maple Leafs fans because I'm going to take Toronto. It's a homer pick, but I guess this Leafs team's finally living up to expectations, and they're really clicking right now. Montreal had their time in the sun. I think they're starting to fade off a little bit like they normally do after a hot start. So I'll take Toronto in that one on the money line. And then the last 2, the Minnesota Wild, the Anaheim Ducks, and another Battle of Alberta, the Calgary Flames, and the Edmonton Oilers. Brian, either of those?
Yeah, I think I'm going to add the Oilers as a premium play. Not 100% sure, but most likely. Oilers are playing better hockey. The Flames aren't the Flames that were my favorite hockey team coming into the season. I just think for the price of minus 130, I think you're still getting some value with Edmonton.
Ron?
I'm going to take the under in that game, Calgary and Edmonton. You think the Oilers, you think a lot of goals, but these 2 teams, 2 talented teams, and 2 of the better teams in that division. I think it's going to be a tight game. Could see 3-2, 3-1. So I'll take the under.
Ron?
For me in the Battle of Alberta, I'm going to take the Oilers. The Oilers are 10-1 on back-to-back nights in this spot. So I'll take the Oilers win the Battle of Alberta.
And I'm going to stick with the Oilers as well. 2 teams that rely a lot on their top lines for a lot of offensive production. I'm going to take the lineup with Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl in it. So I'll take the Oilers on the money line. And that's going to do it for the hockey for today.
That was really exciting segment. That was just
How was the candy?
it was riveting, man. That was just such compelling content. Chris, you got a parlay for these fine people?
Yes, I do. We're going to take the St. John's Red Storm. We're going to take the Virginia Cavaliers and the under in the Marist St. Peter's matchup.
Alrighty, Rod.
We're going to take Kent State, lay the points. Georgia plus the points. LSU minus the points. Parlay those three out.
Ron Romanelli.
I'll take Boston U and getting the points. I'll take the Charlotte Hornets getting the points, and I'll take LSU laying the 4.
Bryant.
George Mason plus the points, Nebraska plus the points, and the easiest game of them all, take Duke plus the points.
Virginia for me, Seton Hall, and Michigan State. Parlay them up. Or you can sub out Kentucky for Michigan State. Yeah, we'll do Kentucky, Virginia, Seton Hall. How about that? Parlay them up. This is Mitch. Thanks for joining us. Those of you who are premium members will be posting that video within the next 10 to 15 minutes. So stay tuned there for it. And, of course, we appreciate all of you, whether you're premium members or not premium members. Hopefully, those of you that are premium members feel that we are delivering the value for you for $30. Brian Bittler. Try and act more professional tomorrow. Have a great day.